Hi, my name is Katrina Pickard, and I am the founder of Solomon's Porch Ministry in the Oklahoma City area. Our ministry serves the unhoused population, meeting their needs as best as we can. And we have some great volunteers who serve with us. So great, in fact, that we started a podcast series called Hope Rising. And we are getting to know our volunteers who work behind the scene endlessly and tirelessly to serve our fellow people. And today I have the special privilege of having Miss Derek Blow with us, and she is one of our most amazing volunteers. Welcome, Derek.
Hi.
I'm so glad to have you.
Hi, Katrina. Thank you for having me. You're just sweet to me sometimes.
Well, you're easy to be sweet to. So you serve in our Clothesmobile. Now, there may be a lot of people who don't know what the Clothesmobile is. Would you like to explain?
I've never seen anything quite like the Clothesmobile. It's really cool. It's kind of like a walk-through shopping scenario. So the people who need anything they want, they walk in, they can grab as much as they want really to grab, and they shop and find things that they like and don't like. And when we have bags, we give them bags and they put it all in, and it's kind of just like a free shopping area. And then they walk right through and walk right out and get fed, and then they get to go on.
Well, to clarify, this is an RV that has been gutted and transformed into a mobile clothes closet, basically.
Yes. And renovated and made better with each month that we do it to see what we need and how to make it better.
And y'all give out shoes and socks and blankets, even sleeping bags while we had them, right?
When we have sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Purses, bags, belts, all the things. Right. All the small things that people forget, socks, underwear, all that.
Yeah. I think what y'all do, the clothes team, is just completely amazing. Me, I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl, but I know that y'all have actually found complete outfits, nice outfits, dressy shirts, some slacks, shoes, because some of the people that we serve is actually going out for job interviews.
Yeah. So sometimes, every time we ask them if they're looking for anything specific, and we'll get, I've got an interview, or I've been working and I've only got one pair of jeans, or I need some, winter just ended. So like staying warm when they're working outside. Yeah. All those things, just having anything they need. We have people who need short sleeves because they run hot, and people who want long sleeves all the time, people who like their jeans to fit baggy and want some that want them tighter. So it's just a unique shopping experience for every person who comes through.
Absolutely. And I love that we can meet the variety of needs that come through. And it's always heartbreaking when we aren't able to meet somebody's needs, but we do our best. And we have a wonderful volunteer team who picks up donations all the time for the clothes.
Yeah, it's really awesome. If we can't find something, we try to say, well, this size is a little bigger. Could you get a belt and make it work? Or these ones are a little smaller, but they have some stretch to them. Can we make it work for you? Just if you could get you through this month, and then try to meet that need in the next month, because we often have people who come back month after month.
Yes. And I'm sure you're getting to recognize their faces. And that's one of the things Solomon's Porch wants to do, is to build community. When we show up with the truck and the RV, we want them to recognize it. And they do, because we see them lining up and can't wait to go in.
Yeah, that's true. It's been cool getting to know some of the people there. You get to hear little parts of their stories, and everyone is so different. It's just fun every time.
So can you share with us a little bit about your why? You see, we all have a why of why we're doing something. Right. What is your why?
when I first volunteered with Solomon's Porch, I think it was the Heart for His House push, and it was one of the options to get people out. And after my first time, I was just reminded of how God meets every need, and I just had to continue to be reminded that. And so every month I'm like, when I feel myself feeling down about certain things in my life or not grateful for everything that I have, for waking up or just having a roof, I just like go there, and people are just so grateful just to have a pair of jeans or to have a pair of shoes that don't fit quite right or that kind of stuff. And it's just like, girl, girl, you got, you're doing really well, and God's got you, and He's got them too, because He's sending people like us out.
Absolutely. And we couldn't do it without volunteers like you. How has this shaped or changed your faith?
I think it has changed it in a way that I see God. We always say, like, our Father who art in heaven, like, God's right here. He's walking with us. He's that Father. He is the provider. He's the lover. He's the perfect. I'll describe him as the perfect dad, who just wants to make sure you're okay. And we're his baby girls, and he's like, he makes us all feel like we're his favorite.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it's like, God's doing all this in my life, and He's doing all this in your life. Like, it's just like perfect dad.
Yeah, He's such a big God that He has so much to give to every single person.
So so it's kind of changing, like really seeing how He's that perfect dad.
Yeah. So do you have a story about someone you've met while serving that depended on your why of showing up?
I have two. There was one that was a young mom, and her son was with her, and he was about 11 years old, and she was really particular about the things that she wanted. And she wanted a really nice bag, and she wanted some really nice outfits, and we had those things. Like, we had some designer clothes and bags and the thing, and she was just elated to have those things, and to see her smiling, and wearing the things that she would want to wear. It just made me feel really good, especially as a mom myself. Like, with my baby, I could see her, a little bit of me in her, and it was just awesome that she was really excited about those items that were there for her, because people have donated such nice things for people to have.
One of the things that I love, what I just heard, is you're giving choices. You know, so many times people are just saying, here you go, just take this. And maybe, you know, I'm particular about the clothes I like, and the colors and how they fit and all of that. And I love that you, as part of the clothing crew, can give those choices to people. But you said you had two stories, so what's your other one?
The other one is a lady I met, and she's from Florida, and she ended up in Oklahoma, and I'm from California, so we kind of like, oh, we're from both coasts, we met here, that's a God thing. And we were talking, and someone was like behind her and wanting her to hurry up and get through the clothesmobile, because that happens sometimes, because they always want to get in there real quick, because they want to get the good stuff too. And we were talking a little bit, and she's just like, this is my new friend, and I'm trying to get to know her. And
I love that.
Yeah, so that's my friend.
So one of the things that y'all do, and I love this, is that we actually have two men that stay at each entrance, the entrance and the exit, and they're helping people in and out, as well as they control how many people come in at one time, so you can give that specialized care and attention to that person. How many do you have that come through the clothesmobile at one time?
I try to keep it to 2 or 3, maybe 2 women and a man, or 2 men and a woman, so that they can be in separate sections of the mobile. It's not a huge space, but there is like sections
Mhm.
where they could be looking at one thing. So as one person is moving towards the exit, I can let another person in. So I try to keep it 2 to 3, and
Yeah.
also so that there's not so much headbutting and looking at the same kind of items.
Yeah.
And I try to keep it that way. Works
And
for
but
me.
you're not the only volunteer in there at the time. So
Mm-mm.
there's at least 1 or 2 other volunteers in there with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So about 5 or 6 people at one time.
Inside the mobile. And so there's try to have like one in the men's section, one to like the shoes to help find
Mhm.
sizes and things, and then one either like women's or like putting things on hangers and stuff,
Yeah.
because as things go throughout the day, the a couple of hours that we're there, we try to replenish things so that they can have the best options.
Yeah, because one of the things that I've observed is that we show up with all this in order, but some of our volunteers saying, hey, somebody gave me this donation and it's clothes. And so you get to manage not only what we bring in the clothes mobile,
Right.
but extras that we had no idea people were bringing, which was a blessing.
And we try to
right?
put it on hangers as fast as we can,
Yeah.
and try to size it as best as we can, and just get it out there. And if someone is looking for something that's not on the racks already, then I can go into those bags and say, I haven't looked through this bag yet. Let me see if I have your size in this bag.
Yeah.
And I have come up with some gems that way too.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I love that you call them gems, because that's exactly what they are for the people who are in need. Wow. So what have you learned from them that has brought you inspiration to, because you're a single mom and you're raising your son,
Yeah.
and I know that you're able to pass on some of this. So what is something that you've learned from them that inspires you?
I don't know if it's necessarily from the people we serve or just serving itself. It's just how important it is for us to put our time into
Okay.
the ministries that help everyone. And this one is really important, helping people who sometimes can't help themselves, or helping them get
Absolutely.
back onto the right path where they can help themselves. So it's just keeping that heart of service and teaching him. My son's Clayton, he's 5, to have a heart of service. One thing we did was the Christmas. There's a special name at North for the Christmas thing. It's not the angel tree.
Wishes.
Christmas wishes. Yeah.
Yes.
So we got a Christmas wishes, and he had a really hard time picking out toys for a kid that wasn't him. And
Well,
so
he's 5.
he's 5.
I know adults who struggle with that.
Yes. But by the end of it, he was like, okay, mommy, we can get the toy for the kid who probably wouldn't have toys without the
Aw.
service. And then I'm like, okay, this is why we're doing this. This is why we serve
Absolutely.
every month. And as soon as the day he turns 16, he'll be out there with us.
Well, you know, we have kids younger than that serve with us.
Sometimes, yeah, but
Yeah.
I thought the requirement was 16.
Actually, I'd like to explain that. So there is not a requirement. We leave it up to the parent,
Okay.
but we let them know what kind of environment that we are working in, because we do have mental illness that we deal with, and there is some drug use at the time. And especially in the hotter months, people lose their temper a little bit. So there may be some shouting and maybe some language we would rather our child not hear.
Right.
So, we've had as young as a 1-year-old come out there. The grandmother who brought her granddaughter put her in a high chair, and she was in between 2 volunteers. So, we all look out for each other.
Right.
And if you would like to bring him, he's welcome, as long as we can keep an eye on him.
Yes, he's kind of adventurous. So he'd either have to be in the close mobile with me, or he'd have to wait a few years just because he'd want to run around, and I don't know.
I understand that too. Well, you as the mom has the final decision on that.
That's good to know, though. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just love talking about the ministry and how we're affecting people. And if you could, if you had a vision for the unhoused community to be better, what would it look like for you?
I tend to go like best case scenario with this question, and I think the best case scenario is like a hotel type thing where they could come in, say, I have nowhere to stay tonight, and the people at the hotel concierge would say, okay, we've got a room for the night. This is what you have. Checkout is at this time. If you need another night, you can stay for another day, but maybe if you need a week, you got this. Whatever you need, let's figure out what you need. Also,
Right.
let's figure out how we got here, how we can change it, and really providing services that don't repeat this thing. So if it's mental illness, what can we do to get your mental health back on track? What kind of professionals can we talk to or incorporate into this concierge service? If we're in a hotel, then there's several rooms, several opportunities to have everything met. We could have a clothes mobile. We could have, well, we wouldn't be a mobile if we had a hotel, but like a closed area. We'd have all the rooms. We'd have breakfast and lunch and dinner, all the things. I just feel like that's like the perfect scenario.
That's awesome.
Practically, just treating them like people. First
I
of
love
all, it's a
that.
person,
Yes.
and what we all need things, and we all go through hard times. So having that community there and just treating them like people.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So I want to touch back on something you've already talked about once.
Mhm.
And so at some point, you made the decision to serve.
Mhm.
And you saw the opportunity through the Heart for His House partners
Mhm.
that one day to show up.
Mhm.
Did you have any nervousness about serving? And if you did, if somebody's listening or watching this that has those same feelings, what advice would you give them?
I think what you mentioned earlier with the mental health issues and drug use being prominent in the community that we serve, I was nervous about what could go wrong, or what incidentals could happen, but really we're just met with a lot of gratitude. And there are those one-off things that happen, but our volunteers kind of know what we're dealing with, and they don't take a long time to get things back to smooth and back to the reason why we're out there. So I really only can think of one scenario where it was kind of crazy, but it was just what it was, and it was over quickly, and the amount of gratitude we had that same day kind of just was like
Overshadowed that.
I've overshadowed it, yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody who may be thinking about it?
Do it.
Do it.
I think do it. I did it once. I didn't know that it was a monthly thing. I think a lot of people don't know that we're still going. So come out, help. I did it once, and I have to be here as often as I can. And I haven't been every single month, but whenever I can, I'll be there.
That's awesome. You know, it's because of volunteers just like you that we can do this, that we can go out each month and serve, because there's so much that happens behind the scenes to get ready for that serving day. And it is definitely a team project. There's not just one person who does that. And I just want to thank you for your servant heart and for being willing and for showing up, because that matters. It brings hope. And this podcast is called Hope Rising. And just because the hope starts with our volunteers, and it just spreads and it rises to the top. So thank you for coming on the podcast. I love you and I appreciate you. And
thank you for your leadership.
I'm looking forward to serving with you soon.
Yay! Thank you.